Alright, hello. This is my final presentation video. It's going to be on proper lifting. Unfortunately, with everything going on, I cannot use anybody else in this video due to social distancing. So we're going to go over the proper body mechanics of lifting, and I'm going to show you some points of the stretcher where you can grab. I was graciously allowed to use this space here at Medic to demonstrate this, okay? So when we're lifting, there are some major, not really major, but there are some things you need to remember. Do not lift with your back. In EMS, this is one of our biggest injuries, is our backs. We're lifting patients, we're lifting stretchers, we're lifting all kinds of equipment. And to minimize these injuries, we need to realize how to properly lift. Okay, so imagine a dancer. If you've ever been a ballet dancer, you were taught how to properly stand, properly position your feet, and properly to do two movements. A plie, which is the squatting. So you were properly taught to plie, which is bend. But notice when the ballet dancers go down to squat, they keep their back straight. Same with us. We need to be like those ballet dancers and keep our back straight. So when we go to lift a patient, I always try to remember, and I would hope you will too, to keep your back straight, squat, to lift. Okay? So from the front, squat, lift. Okay? But as you notice, I do not bend over to squat and lift like this. I try to keep my back as straight as possible and squat and lift. Okay? Yes, I'm still going through the motion of picking up the stretcher and holding the stretcher. Okay? Another thing to remember, that when we are lifting the stretcher, to have both parties communicating. And I always tell people, overly communicate this. So with my partner, when I go to lift, I'll always say, ready? That means, do we have a ready grip? Are we ready to properly lift today? Ready? And make sure we're both in a good position. If I see my partner bending over like this, not properly ready, or doing like this, I'm going to say, wait. Watch your back, okay? So with that being said, ready? That means, are you ready to go? Are we both properly ready to lift this patient safely? On the count of three, we're going to lift. 1, 2, 3. So when I say on the count of three, that means when I say 3, we're going to lift. So we're both in unison on what we're doing. While we are doing that, once we lift, you want to make sure you listen for the locking of the wheels. Now, I'm going to show you some points on the stretchers. I do have access to one that I'm going to show you here in just a moment. And what I'm about to tell you is that when we lift, we need to take the weight off the carriage, and so that you could operate the lever that allows you to lift and put it up into the load position. So you have patient load position where you're putting the patient onto the stretcher, a middle transport position where you can safely keep the patient at hip level while walking to and from the stretcher, and it gives you better mobility of maintaining the stretcher if you're on an uneven gravel driveway, if you're coming through the grass, different, instead of the flat surface of a driveway or the roadway. So while we're talking about properly lifting, let's say we'll use my ID badge. Let's say this is a piece of my equipment. Even picking up this minute piece right here off the ground, I want to make sure I'm properly lifting, because if I do like this, what am I doing? I'm still arching this part of my back, and I could actually injure myself. Not just picking up a heavy patient, a 300-pound patient, picking up something simple. You still want to squat down, correction, squat down, and properly lift up. Our legs are the strongest part, not our backs. So here in just a minute, we're going to go over parts of the stretcher so you can better understand the lifting technique. At this time, I would also like you to practice lifting together. All right? So watch my back. It does not bend. I do not squat out to lift. All right? Ready? Keep your back straight with me. We're going to squat down. On the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And squat down. Lift up. Okay? All right. So now we're going to go over the parts of the stretcher, and we'll be right back. All right. So now we're in the back of one of the EMS units here at Medic. What I'm about to show you is just some of the proper points for lifting. I'm not actually going to take the stretcher out because this unit is going to be getting ready to go out probably in about the next few minutes, but they have graciously let me use this to demonstrate. So in this unit, you will see that there are a couple different points you can use. So this is the lever I was talking about right here. You have the lower section and a little bit higher section. Now this is for the different heights. As a shorter person, I use this so I can get better leverage while lifting off the ground. A taller person will most likely use this side. Okay? Now remember when I said you have to take the pressure off the carriage? Well, that carriage includes the wheels and the undercarriage. But in order for this to fully activate and to unlock and allow you to lift, you have to take the pressure. So you do have to lift the stretcher and the patient at the same time, all that weight at the same time with your partner while pulling this lever. Okay? So there are many safety features involved with this. I tell people anything that is red on a stretcher is a moving piece. Okay? Including these, which are your brakes. This, for if you need to put the patient in Trendelenburg. Okay? Now, another piece of the stretcher that a lot of people can do is lift the stretcher by itself while it's empty. No patients to be on it while you're doing this. So right here, it shows you a red mark. This is actually not where you pull, but it's telling you the lever is right underneath. So right under here, you'll pull this while taking the weight off of the stretcher. Now, this lever is to never be used with a patient on the stretcher. You will injure your back, you will injure your patient, and it's very, very irresponsible to do while your patient is on there. So, now, we have loaded our patient, transported our patient to the ambulance, but now we have to load the stretcher. So, let's load the stretcher. Now, you always want 2 people or more to do this. Now, part of loading your stretcher and unloading is your safety mechanisms right here. This is our release button for this. Many agencies have different ways to secure the stretcher, but they're generally the same. When unloading and loading the stretcher, you always want 2 people. The person who will be at the back of the stretcher to pull it in and put it up, and then the person who will be at the side right here to help lift the carriage and to help support the weight going into the ambulance. Okay? So, I'm going to try to film here a little bit of how to properly unload your stretcher. Now, I don't have a second person, so I'm not going to fully pull the stretcher out because I don't want to hot drop the wheels. Hot dropping the wheels means you let the wheels drop and don't have somebody to support the wheels. There's a danger in that as well. If I have just myself and a patient and I'm pulling the patient out and I hot drop the wheels and I don't have my partner there, what if something happens and I don't properly grab, my stretcher does not grab right here like it's supposed to with the safety bar? Guess what? I could drop the patient, hurt myself, hurt my patient, and that's irresponsible. So I'm going to only pull this stretcher out just a little bit of the way. I release the safety mechanism. Now notice, I'm very short. Even with the tailgate, even with the back of the ambulance down, I'm still extremely short. But I will still hold this stretcher close to me. See how I'm holding it right here, waist level high? I will still hold it close to me. Keep the weight close so I can better manage the weight. Now, a few things you need to remember while lifting the stretcher in and out. You still need to properly lift with your legs, not your back. It may be easier. It may seem better, faster, whatever. But in the long run, guess what? Your back needs to last your career. And in a year, maybe two, if you're improperly lifting, you can have a severe back injury and there goes your career. Let's save some time and do it the right way. So with that being said, I keep my stretcher close to me where I have really good control right here. Now, like I said, I'm not going to fully let this out, but I am going to show you. So, sorry, I'm trying to film by myself. So when I come out, I will come out with my stretcher, let the wheels come down with the assistance of my partner. Listen for the lock, and when I do come out, I'm going to have the stretcher right here. Okay? Now, the wheels are down. I'm still going to lower with my legs, keeping my back straight. So now that our stretcher is in and out, we've taken care of our patient, we gotta get our equipment back together. Even this, you need to do proper lifting techniques. This is just one of our bags that holds some of the equipment that stays on the truck. Now, I'm going to show you something. With this bag, it's a little bag. Not a big old patient. Can I still insure my bag? Yes. Yes, you can. I'm going to show you I want to show you something. So much as doing this to pick up a bag, guess what I'm doing? I'm bending over at the waist. I'm not properly lifting. I could have picked up multiple patients and not had pain. But just doing something so little as this could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. So even lifting small items such as this, I'm still going to lift properly. good practice. So having proper body mechanics while you're lifting will save your career. So with that being said, let's go back over some proper lifting techniques. Let's go over our proper body mechanics. I know you're probably sitting here going, this doesn't apply to me. I got plenty of people to help me lift. It applies to all of us. Even if you don't pick up patients on a daily basis. Even if you're just at home picking up your kid. What will most of us do when little Sally or little Jack want to be held when you get home? We bend over, we pick them up. Then we have back pain. Can be avoided. So, we're going to go back over some proper body mechanics. And I hope you keep this lesson for the fact that I hope you're in this career for a while. Alright, so back to what I was saying. Proper body mechanics are going to help you in the long run. Remember what I said about the ballet dancer? She keeps a straight back and she properly lifts. I now have a friend that's going to help me show you how to properly lift stuff. Ready?
What am I doing?
Alright, so we're going to properly bring the stretcher out, and I will help you put down your carriage here.
So I'm supposed to...
Yes. Properly bring it out. There we go. I'm going to grab your carriage, and I'm going to squat down and not bend my back. Alright, and you're going to properly squat down. Notice how he kept his back straight. He did not bend over. Because guess what? We need to save our backs. So now, I'm going to help my partner properly put up our stretcher without bending over. Because guess what? We need to save the backs, right guys? Alright, ready? 2, 3. And that's how you properly save your backs, guys. It's not that hard. Alright. So now you get to see how properly lifting with 2 people works out better than me trying to do it with 1. One thing, Josiah, he's already left. He was coming in to do in-service and he just so happened to walk by. And I was like, look, I know we're doing social distancing, but I really need to show this. So, back to what I was saying about the ballet dancers. Remember what I said. Straight back. Lift. You can do both, okay? What I always recommend to my new students, if you go to the gym and you're wanting to weight lift, what do most weightlifters lift in front of? A mirror. Why? They want to make sure they're doing good form. Same with us. Go to your gym. Or go to your house if you have a full-length mirror, half mirror, somewhere where you can see your proper body mechanics. I suggest getting in front of it. Watch how you are lifting. Because if you practice every day, just whatever you do, because we're always picking up something. Proper body mechanics of lifting. You're going to save your back. It'll be habit, guys. It's not going to be that bad. Trust me. Your back will thank you later. So again, let's practice together. Ready? Squat down. Alright? Notice the back is still straight. I'm not bent over. And I've kept my feet shoulder widths apart to lift. Okay? Now we're going to go back up to lift. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and lift. Now, saw what I did there? I leaned forward some. That I could already feel on my back. That means I'm going to get susceptible to go for an injury if I keep lifting like that. Be responsible with your backs. Great body mechanics while lifting and proper lifting of your stretcher is important. You're going to lift this stretcher in and out multiple times a day. You're going to be lifting patients multiple times a day. We're gonna be lifting equipment so much. Save your back, guys. Save it. All right. Thank you for joining me in this presentation. I hope it helps you. And this also showed me I need to really get back and watch how I'm lifting. Thanks again.